Hello and welcome to Rolling 101. So, you guys have been through Breathing 101, you know how to inhale, exhale better. So, Rolling 101 is next, the art of rolling. So, as you can see here, I have quite a few different rolling apparatus. We're going to keep this simple because essentially you're going to have to learn as we're doing. There is an art to roll. Okay, so why do we roll? We roll because it is the easiest version of self-care. It's probably one of the most important steps of self-care that you can do to yourself physically. It's like a version of self-massage. So what we're going to be practicing doing while we're rolling is basically the idea is we want to encourage pain, tension, and stress to leave the muscle, to leave the body. And so we're going to apply apparatus that are of different densities, thickness, shapes, and I'm going to help you guys understand which shapes work best where, what patterns will allow you to get the pain out of the body, and show you this system to do it effectively, and that's honestly the most important part. So let's start with the rollers first. The ones we're going to start with, your first and most simple roller, this is the shape of a foam roller, but this is called a trigger point roller. You can see it's hollow on the inside. It's got a hard surface on the inside, and on the outside it's got a foam that is dense but not totally soft. It has some give in it. So this shape, this size, this roller specifically is what I recommend. They have different shape, size, colors, but the trigger point one is the one I do recommend because I know they spent the time to get the sizing right, and they spent some really specific time on the material that they used to cover it, so it's soft enough to give into your muscles but firm enough to hold its own shape. So that's why this is really, really important. If you are, again, I do recommend this one highly, but if you're gonna try another one, what I want you to try to avoid are rollers with big lumps and bumps in it. The idea is we're trying to smooth out, soften out, consistently press fluid or tissue in a shape. And so just like if you were gonna roll dough to flat, you would use a flat roller. The same type of philosophy I want you to think about when you're picking your foam roller. So this is your foam roller shape that we're gonna learn to use. And then the other shapes we're gonna learn to use, these are called yoga tune-up balls. So sometimes they come in a case where they're doubled up, and shapes like this allow it to get around your spine or around different parts of your calves. But mostly we'll use them as singles, so they do come in different sizes. These can come outside of this case quite easily. And so mostly we'll use them as singles, and we'll use these to get deeper into some of the spots that we really, really need to get into. The things that you have to know about rolling, well, what you have to know about rolling is that you need to do it. You need to do it frequently. Frequency is more beneficial than duration. That's the most important thing I can teach you about rolling. So as we roll it out over the program, what you're going to learn to do is focus on a body part at a time. So for example, in my demo today, my plan was to show you guys how to roll your glutes. So your glutes are this big muscle on the outside of your butt over here, and this muscle is responsible for driving you forward and also for stabilizing your hips. So as we go and try different things, we're going to talk about where pain typically occurs, and then what we are going to do with the different rollers to get the pain out of the body in different ways, shapes, or form. I think demo I'm going to do today real quick is the foam roller, because I think this is common for people to use and try, and you probably try a shape of your own some way, somewhere. So sometimes it helps get your shirt out of the way. The most important thing I can have you guys see about rolling today is that remember, slower is going to be more effective, and you're going to practice helping your body take the shape of a roller. So typically when somebody's rolling, I see them moving really fast and just kind of like trying to press into their muscles, but it's not just the muscles you're working on, it's also the bones. So for example, if you're practicing rolling on your back and you get to a spot, what you want to do is stop and drop your butt down to the mat, and then you're gonna work your head down to the mat. And it's this combination of pressing into the mat and taking the shape of the roller with your body. That's what we're gonna work on as we start rolling and get increasing flexibility. And as we go through these different squats, I'm gonna show you how, for example, by opening up the muscles in your spine, relaxing the muscles in your spine, you can help the muscles in your hips feel a lot better. So that's the key to rolling. You're gonna have to make a small investment in the rollers, but they do last a very long time and they will serve you well. And it's one of the most important parts of the unconventional man, because we don't accept pain. We work really hard to get that out so that we can move freely and sit with great posture all the time. So thank you guys, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the rolling videos coming up in the future.